Hi everyone. Today let's take a quick look at markets as we head into the market close here. You can see really choppy action. Held the higher low on the open that we saw on the pre-market video, held that, and now we're rallying up to a new higher high, but still struggling at that resistance. Let's take a look at the longer time frames and some of the other charts. Do me a quick favor and like and subscribe and watch the video till the end to help out the channel, and let's get started. So happy Friday. Let's get into fear and greed here at a 61, up slightly from a 57. So indicators continuing to grind slowly. We're almost at that previous high level there. Strength starting to find a little bit of upwards movement, still in fear. Breadth in extreme fear. Interesting. Still hovering, just getting a little bit of a pop, but not much. And then put call ratio cratering here back down into these very, very low levels at 0.64. Not what you would want to see, looking for that bull move. And then volatility neutralized as it sells off from that SMA. Safe haven didn't move. Junk bond didn't move. Moving over to the economic calendar, you can see Eurozone not so great. US data here in line with expectations. Global services PMI a little bit better. Inflation data, not great there. 5 years, 3.2, 1 year, 2.6. Consumer expectations, not great either. Consumer sentiment, a little bit lower than expectations. So mixed, definitely not what you would have wanted to see on inflation, but services seems to be still doing well. Moving over to Max Pain. Max Pain jumped up here a little bit to 594, and that's basically where we're at here for the closing price, falling just a little bit into that zone. You can see they're a little bit more mixed over the next couple days, slightly bullish here for the Monday, really bullish there for the Tuesday and Wednesday. Obviously, I don't think that's going to happen, but interesting to see some bullish metrics coming in there, considering all of the bearishness that we had before, which is still in there. It's just a little bit further out now. So a little bit more mixed on Max Pain, slightly bullish into the Monday, Tuesday. Moving over to the charts, starting off with the S&Ps, you can see we pulled back in the pre-market. We talked about it in the morning video, and then we ended up getting this really aggressive push right up to the trend. That was the resistance. Couldn't break that, then we grinded sideways from that level. Ended up positive 0.31 on the day. Momentum still pushing. RSI right at the SMA. We're going to see if it rejects from there on the Monday. Otherwise, based on this kind of move here, on the daily chart, your next level would be that 599.64 level. Everything looks okay for that to continue higher up into the zone. Seems like we're getting at least a double top setup, if not a higher high. The trend resistance is up here around that 610 area. I don't think we're going to get there anytime soon, but a little bit higher makes sense to me. Moving over to the Tasty charts just for a moment, you can see we're still in bullish conditions. We ended up pushing to that first ATR band. Second ATR band, you can see that second ATR band here is 591.57. Upper ATR band is 653. So at this point, it seems like we're kind of getting this continuation. It sure did take a long time to get there, and I still think the bear flag setup is potentially holding. We still hit the resistance, we still sold off, but right now it does look a little bit bullish. Moving over to the NASDAQ, similar thesis here. We're watching this as a bear flag, but we ended up holding right at the resistance. You can see my alert there at that 506.04 level. Pretty much right on top of it now. You can see the trend resistance in there as well. Momentum, basically nothing. Daily momentum still swinging up. You can see that upper trend that we talked about, 509 up there in this zone. 200 still resistance, still cannot get to that level. We touched it back here. Thought we might get a retest, missed it here today, right at the trend. If it pushes, your first target would be 506.96, and then your next resistance up here, 509.50. Moving over to the NASDAQ here on the Tasty charts, you can see we are at this level here, critical level at that ATR trailing stop. That was 505.55. We ended up closing above it here, 505.91. We're above the after hours price action there, looking to push to that second ATR band, just like the SPY charts. That's at 510.10. And then your next level there would be 513.63. The rest of markets are rallying aggressively. Maybe we get a little bit of a tech continuation there on the Monday, Tuesday, which does fit with that Max Pain thesis that we talked about. Moving over to the Russell and the Dow, you can see the Russell popped a lot here at 1.85% massive move there. And then similarly here on the Dow, looking at 0.95 on the day. Both of them had good days, clearly breaking through the level, headed towards this trend here. We talked about that yesterday. 446.60 is that zone. It was about 446 flat here today. And then looking at the Russell, clean break here, gap through the level, continuation through this level. Your next target would be 241.05, which is right here at the previous highs. Momentum bullish, RSI bullish. And this is the broader market saying we do participate in market rallies. And right now they are leading markets higher. Moving over to Apple and Microsoft, you can see Apple positive on the day, finally hit that 230.28 level. Missed the upper trend, is still flattening here at the resistance 230.28, momentum bullish, RSI bullish. If you get an acceleration, your next target would be 237.23 if it can close above 230. And then look at Microsoft once again dipping into that alert area here at 411.21. 411.10, somewhere in there, touched my level, and then bounced aggressively, turned positive on the day. Still below all the EMAs and SMAs, still cannot find any clear direction, but again, I still think it'll break lower eventually. Momentum did step slightly to bullish, RSI right at the SMA. No clear direction here still on Microsoft. Moving over to Tesla and NVIDIA. Tesla positive 3.8%, big move there. It's back into overbought conditions, hitting the trend line, double tapped this previous high. Now we're waiting to see if it breaks through here and heads towards the all-time highs, up around that 384.20 area, or if it rejects from here like it did last time. Momentum says it'll probably reject, but we'll see how it plays out. Tesla has been very, very strong, and this was a good candle here today. And then NVIDIA, after the earnings, giving all of that slight gain back, falling back down almost to support at 140.76, down 3.2%, momentum bearish, RSI bearish. I think this is still going to head down to that 55 EMA around the 132.18 area. Back below all the short-term EMAs, need to see a break of this level here. Let's go ahead and add an alert, put that alert just below the level, wait to see if we kind of get a move through there. If it does, like I said, I think there's about an $8 down move potential there. Moving over to Amazon and Alphabet, you can see Amazon down 0.64. These continue to look pretty terrible. Alphabet down even more, 1.58%. I told you guys yesterday to stay away from Google. It is under threat of basically being dismantled by the federal government. Momentum very bearish, RSI very bearish. I think this is going to continue to go lower until this threat either subsides or we have a better understanding of where this might go in the future. But for right now, if they lose Android and they lose Chrome, they're going to be whittled down to basically search and some of their other services, and I just do not think that their ecosystem can continue to thrive in that environment. So that would be interesting. We'll see how that plays out, and I do think that is a catastrophic threat to Google. Moving over to staples and discretionaries, you can see staples getting that massive rally, 0.92, as we expected, right to the next level, 81.85 after the gap up and run. Again, this was the setup, and I didn't take it, and I did not do anything here today with it, but absolutely should have. Continues to look good. I think this is going to head back to the all-time highs, and then discretionaries rallied up with Tesla, hit the trend resistance, momentum, step to bullish, clear breakdown retest. If this breaks down from here, that's going to be concerning. But for right now, it's a good candle, 1.44%. Moving over to oil and gas and transports, you can see oil and gas getting another run, 1.2%. Very, very good. Everything looks clean here up to the trend resistance at 150.37. Momentum bullish, RSI is overbought now, so something to consider there. It's a little extended in the short term. And then looking at transports, 1.35%, right back to the trend. Broader economy continuing to rally. If it breaks out from here, there's going to be some resistance way up high around the 76, 80, 77 area. But for now, it looks good. Waiting to see if it breaks from here, maybe grinding action, pull back, higher low, and then rally. Either way, it still looks good. Kind of similar to this. Breakdown, retest, breakdown, broader rally, something like that. Moving over to the dollar. Dollar had another strong day, 0.45, just continues to be absolutely massive. Broke through the trend, hit the next level at 108.04, overthrew it by a little bit, 108.07, touched that critical level, pulled back, hit the trend, closed pretty much on top of it, momentum bullish, RSI bullish, continuing to look absolutely parabolic here on the dollar. You can see that huge wick, touch, consolidation, still holding the trend on the hourly and continues to look very, very strong. Moving over to bonds, J&K basically unchanged, actually is completely flat to the penny. And then TLT slightly positive, 0.06. Again, still holding this consolidation, still looking like we're waiting for these EMAs to catch up. Momentum bullish, RSI bullish. I still think this is going to go to the upside. Structure hasn't changed there for a while, still looks very good. And actually, I'll probably be looking at a position here going into the Monday. Potentially, I'm going to move this down a little bit, 91, kind of the high of this consolidation. Once we start to push, I think it's going to go. I think you have a solid base in here for a good stop loss as well. Moving over to the VIX, we said we could go either direction after that inside candle, and sure enough, we did end up resuming to the downside. We had the rally up, the touch, rejection from there, continuation lower, but we're back into this 14 to 15 area. Momentum stepping back to bearish, RSI stepping back to bearish, so Seems like markets have shaken off this short-term bearish little move that we had, and now we're starting to regain a little bit of upwards momentum. Moving over to my accounts, I did fine on the day, making a little bit of money here, a couple $100 or so. Put this Q's position back on at 506 for the Monday, $1.69 credit. It's right there in the after hours, going up a little bit. IWM rallied super aggressive, rolled this out really far here to 234 for 670 credit, which puts my max profit there at 240.70. I don't know if we're going to get there, but I have plenty of time here and I can be patient. In this account, want to continue to collect credits, and this account continues to grind up over time. Let me know down in the comment section what you thought of markets today. They were fairly immobile, but the higher low setup looked good. Let me know what you think. Otherwise, like and subscribe if you got any value out of this video. Make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss out on any future episodes. Of course, none of this is financial advice. This is all for entertainment purposes. Good luck in your trading and have a great day.